Hello, this is Anthony Owens from Full Sail University's Digital Cinematography program, and this is for Art History's Week 4 assignment, where I get to interview an industry professional. And who I decided to interview is Mr. Ryan Perez, who is a graduate from Full Sail's film program in 2010. And the first question I asked Mr. Perez was, what do you see as the role of the visual arts in society today, particularly in your profession? And his response is, in society today, film serves its purpose in more ways than it has before. This purpose of being a flawless illusion of a form of escapism carries to not just in theaters and on television, but on millions of mobile devices as well. People can now be virtually anywhere at any time to get their entertainment fix, and I'm glad to be within the beast of that seemingly endless supply. The next question was, new communications and media technology make imagery almost instantly available. Do you believe that this is having a positive or a negative influence on your field or industry? Please provide an example. And his response was, I believe that the broad availability of media today brings about more of a positive change in the film industry than any time before. The simple act of sharing information, clips, or stills of an upcoming film in more than a dozen possible ways without even having to leave your house is incredible. Social networking is what society now thrives on, and the film market nestles deep within. Amazing answer. What popular images do you see that are frequently repeated throughout your industry? And Mr. Perez said, within the horror realms of film today, shock factor is common through the popular imagery of blood and gore, primarily through torture and bizarre gruesome murders. Approximately known as the accepted norm for modern horror since the first Saw film, the trends may finally be fading. And when I look at that response, I think about Insidious, which is a great movie that scared without the overuse of any blood or gore. And I really appreciate that answer from Mr. Perez. My next question to him was, who is one of your favorite visual artists and or what is your favorite style of visual art? And he said, my favorite director of film is Richard Linklater, and I decided so long before I even knew Boyhood existed. The primary reason for this choice is because of his film, Waking Life, a thought-provoking, non-narrative unlike any other. The entire film was shot with a mini DV camera to then be rotoscoped with a problem designed specifically for frame-by-frame animation. The result is an incredibly vivid, memorable, and unusual form of animation. My favorite form of visual art is film, through each and every one of its ever-growing branches of creativity, because it intrigues me the most. The next question to Mr. Perez was, how has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process? Influence your creative process? Yes, between the expanded knowledge of non-film artworks I've acquired, and of course, through films. However, what influences my creativity most has proven to be the actual experience and working in the raw heat of filmmaking. Nothing has made an impact like actually being on set, actually editing footage that may one day be seen as famous. And I decided to ask Mr. Perez an extra question because I know he's working on so much and we're both from Utica, New York. So I asked him, I said, what have you been doing since graduating from Full Sail University in 2010? And are there any projects that you want to mention? And Mr. Perez's answer is, since graduating Full Sail with a bachelor's degree in film in 2010, I have lived in and worked on film projects in Buffalo and Los Angeles, and I'm currently working in my home city, Utica, New York, to produce a feature-length horror film called Everto. It was shot last year through my production company, Dream State Films. We hope to have the film premiere at a film festival this year. And that right there is my interview with Mr. Perez, which was just filled with information and inspiration as well with Mr. Perez, because he graduated from Full Sail University. He's right from my hometown as well, and he's doing exactly what I wish to be doing within a year or two of graduating, hopefully even before. So, hope you enjoyed this, and this is for Art History, the Week 4 assignment, the video podcast, and thank you and take care. Have a good day, good night, and good year.